Hey Trinity family, I need to ask you an important question. What spiritual legacy are you following? This week we read through 1 Kings for our Bible in 1 year, and there are two phrases that are repeated throughout this book and the next. 1. He followed in the path of his father, and 2. He did not follow in the path of his father. And then those two phrases are generally followed by 3. He did what was right in the Lord's sight, and 4. He did what was evil in the Lord's sight. See, we see a cycle of kings both in Israel and Judah who did either the right thing or didn't. But it's a little more than that. The fact that it's normally prefaced by what their father did shows how spiritual legacies can be inherited or changed. Maybe you come from a long line of Bible believers, but you took your own path and you're trying to find a way back. Maybe you're the first person in your family to come to know Christ, and what was so normal to your family, you realize that God doesn't want you to do. Where we come from is just as important as where we are going. There is something beautiful about a legacy of believers who, generation after generation, choose to follow God. They live up to the commands of the law where they repeat them to their children, talk about them when they sit in their house, and when they walk along the road, when they lie down, and when they also get up. But it's just as equally important to see how miraculous it is when someone comes from a family that doesn't believe, and in the case of the kings, from families who did evil in God's sight, and be willing to walk righteously with the Lord and live a life that is pleasing to Him and not to the people around us. And it's also important for us to ask, what legacy do we want to leave? Is the cycle going to continue? Is that a cycle you want to continue? Or is there an opportunity for the Lord to work a miracle in the hearts of the next generation? These are deep, difficult questions to think about, especially if you're raising young children like I am. But I will say this, I will proudly proclaim the declaration of Joshua. As for me and my house, my family, my loved ones, we will serve the Lord. And all I can pray is that when someone writes an account of their story, it starts off with the phrase, they followed in the ways of their father and did what was right in the Lord's sight. And so I ask again, what is your spiritual legacy? Let's talk about it in the comments. Until then, I love y'all, and God saying the same. I'll catch you all another time. Shalom.